Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Backyard Ministries. We're sorry for our absence. We had some things to deal with, some technical issues and other things that came up that had to be dealt with and couldn't be avoided. But we're back now, hopefully to stay, and start today with a little. Dear Lord, may we be known, Father, as people of encouragement who speak words of healing. Help us restrain our tongues when we are tempted to use them carelessly, so the words of our mouth would be pleasing in your sight and in your heart. Amen. It's a prayer given by the one and only Mr. Billy Graham, a very influential man in his time. Today is simple, very simple actually. I'd like to talk to you guys about hope and how important that is in our lives, especially right now with everything going on in the world, good, bad, or indifferent. We need to have hope. We need to believe that no matter what, it's going to be okay and it's going to work out in the end. And in the Bible, there's lots of passages where God talks to us about hope and how we should feel about it and what we should do. Sorry. In Romans 8:18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed to us and in us. Now, basically, the most basic interpretation of that would be that no matter what you're going through right now, personal struggles, financial, home life struggles, mental issues, mental health issues, that at the end of it all, there will be a glory and a light revealed in us that will make all of this seem pointless, and all of this seem like it was nothing, like it was a walk through the park. And I know that's hard to believe, and I know as we sit here and with the events that are unraveling and the things that have happened over this past year, and it's hard to have that hope. It's hard to find that. In Romans 12:12, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, and continuing in prayer. We're going to come through it, and we need to have hope that at the end of it all, it's not pointless, and that there was a reason for our suffering, and that our suffering was not in vain. Jeremiah 29:11, my apologies, 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. And, there's people out there who say, well, God hates me because of the things that I have to go through. But that's not the case. God doesn't hate any of us. He loves all of us. The devil tempts him constantly to get him to give up on us, to not love us. And he doesn't do that. It never happens. Never give up on us. So we should never give up our hope and our faith moving forward. And that's where a lot of people have issues, is when things get too hard, they give up. They go, oh, I just can't anymore. God has given up on me. No, he hasn't. Remember, at the end of the day, when all seems the worst, that God sends his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. And that's where faith comes in. In 2 Corinthians 4:18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things that are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And the things that we see in this life, the struggles that we go through, the pain, the heartache, those are temporary. the saying pain is temporary. It's kind of where that, could have originated from. Because everything that we go through in this life is temporary. And the unseen, being Jesus and God and the kingdom of heaven, those are eternal. And yes, nobody ever received greatness by not having struggle. And we're going to struggle. We're going to have issues finding our faith and at times, and that's when we need to be the most steadfast in our prayers and pray for the strength to make it through. In Isaiah 40:31, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. It means we have to stay resolute, stay strong, stay standing in our faith. Stay very focused on what we're doing. We have to have hope. We have to believe that there is better, because that's where faith comes from, the belief that at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, that if we do the right things and we do the things that we should, that there is a better place for all of us. And that these struggles are there so that when those times come, we can enjoy them even more. And I know there's a lot of people out there who don't feel that. They say, oh, well, this is just ridiculous, and life is always doing this to me and always doing that to me. Well, it is, and there's a reason for it. There's always a meaning. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning, is to find meaning in the suffering. And that holds true even today. There's so much that we suffer through, over this past year, we've all lost loved ones. We've been isolated. And it's been hard. It's been emotionally and mentally and physically taxing on everyone. But that hope that there's a light at the end, a hope that, and a faith that when it's all said and done, we'll build back better. And we can, if we put ourselves in the position to do so. And part of putting yourself in the position to be able to build yourself back better is to renew your faith. Renew your seeking to find God, to find His glory, to find His light. Because only then can we truly build back better. Like they said, but they that wait upon the Lord. Don't rush it in your time. Nothing works in your time. God has His own time frame, His own way of doing things that we will never understand. We're not meant to understand that. We're not gods. We're human, and our minds aren't equipped to comprehend certain things, the meaning of eternity. I want you to sit back now and I want you to think about eternity, something that never ends, ever. There's not a time frame. 1 second lasts 1,000,000 years. We say, well, we've been waiting 2021 years for the return of Christ, and He hasn't come yet, so He's not coming. To an eternal being that has no beginning and no end, 2,000 years is a blink of the eye. So we don't know when it's going to happen. Everybody says that we're living in the times of tribulation now. And yeah, I'm sure I could find 100 references that could mean that. But at the same time, I could find 100 that don't. And that's the problem with a lot of modern day theologians and a lot of modern day, they want to preach that we're in the end of times, but they don't know. None of us know. Know ye not when the Master cometh. So basically that says live every day like He's coming today. And that's hope. You have to have hope and faith. They walk hand in hand. I hope for a better life, but I have faith that it will happen. I hope that this world comes through this and we can all learn to love each other again. But I have faith that it will happen. Because the greatest of all things we could do is to love each other. You know, greed, jealousy, envy, and they're all pretty much the same thing, but no, it's not right, and it takes away that hope, it takes away that faith, because you say, well, that person has more than me. That's not fair. Well, life's not fair. It's not supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be what it is. It's suffering, it's trials, it's tribulations, it's meant to test you mentally, physically, spiritually. There's a spiritual war going on for our very souls that we have control over how we fight it. And to lose that hope means to lose that faith. And we have to remember that at the end of it, there is hope. God said so himself in Revelation 21:4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And when we sit here and we say, God has forsaken me because this happened, or God doesn't love me because this happened. No, these things are supposed to happen. They're meant to happen to test us, to test our faith, to test our hope. One thing I've learned is that when you give up hope is when you've lost the fight. So when you give up that hope is when you've lost that spiritual war. God doesn't want any of us to lose. He wants to take all of us home with him. So we need to not lose our hope. I know things are dark right now. I know things are bad right now. They're tough. They're hard. Christians are being persecuted, but Christians have been persecuted since the dawn of time. This is nothing unusual. People are isolated. They're alone. They're scared. They're sick. They're tired. Some of them are angry. And that's okay. It's okay to be all of those things. It's part of what being human is. It's part of the human experience. But through it all, through sickness, through anger, through death, through tribulations, through persecution, you need to have hope. Do not give up your hope. Because to give up your hope is to give up your faith. To give up your faith and you give up your hope and you've lost. That's how that works. You only lose when you stop fighting. And you only stop fighting when you give up your hope. So don't give up. There are plenty of outlets, people you can talk to, people that can help you. And I don't just mean therapy. Sometimes you just need spiritual guidance. And there's plenty of that out there. But do me a favor, seek it for yourselves. Don't ask anybody to seek it for you. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find. It really is that simple. It's not that complicated and it's not that difficult. So don't give up hope. Keep fighting. Keep trying to be strong. Keep the faith. I'm going to end this today on that. Because there's really nothing more that can be said. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Keep pushing forward. Keep trying to be what you should be. We do have a Facebook page at Backyard Ministries. If you have questions, if you need help with something, send us a message. on there. Leave a comment on here. We'll do what we can to help guide you if necessary. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you where you can look for the answers. I'm not going to give you the answers because the truth be told is a lot of times we don't have the answers. And I'm not going to pretend like we have all the answers because we don't. That wouldn't be right. So if you want more or need more or asking for something more, go to our Facebook page at Backyard Ministries. We'll be there. You know, if you like this kind of content, share the video. Not for monetization purposes, but because it helps the logarithm. It helps push the videos where more people can see them and listen to them, and hopefully learn and grow with them and with us. We want to thank our friends over at Conservative Wolf, who gave us a shout out on one of their last videos. We'd like to say thank you and give him one as well. So if you're into the political, go check him out at Conservative Wolf. We don't do politics here. We try to avoid the politics here. But you're more than welcome to check him out over at Conservative Wolf. Or check us out on Facebook at Backyard Ministries at Facebook. Thank you, everyone. And remember, be strong, have faith, and never give up your hope. Amen.